Not too long ago, we looked at the shortest and longest matches in wrestling history. But if you think those were incredible, join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at matches that ended with one move. Please note, there are a surprising number of matches that ended with one move, so we're only going to focus on championship matches today. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more videos like this. But let's get straight into number 1, Dolph Ziggler vs Curt Hawkins on Smackdown. In 2016, Curt Hawkins returned to the WWE after being released from the company in 2014. On 1st November 2016, Hawkins decided to take Ziggler up on Dolph's Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge, hoping to win the gold, but instead dining on a super kick and counting the lights. Curt's embarrassing loss was quickly eclipsed in 2017 when the WWE set him on a seemingly endless losing streak. He wouldn't win a match until WrestleMania 35 when he and Zack Ryder defeated the Revival for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Number 2, The Rock vs the Big Boss Man at Survivor Series. In 1998, the WWF held a tournament at its Survivor Series pay-per-view to crown a new WWF champion after Mr. McMahon fired the previous champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin, leading to a vacancy. The Rock faced the Big Boss Man in one of the first round matches, surprising the Boss Man with a small package for the win on the Great One's way to winning the belt. The Rock would later turn heel after winning the title, becoming Vince McMahon's corporate champion. Number 3, Trish Stratus vs NIDIA. WWF Women's Champion Trish Stratus was in full heel mode when she told Tough Enough winner Nidia she'd give her a title match when she was ready. It appeared as though Nidia would have to wait, however, as Trish's arm was in a cast. Sporting the cast, Trish entered the ring, then conked Nidia in the head, knocking her out cold. Stratus then told Nidia she was ready to give her the promised match, covering Nidia for the win. Number 4, Spike Dudley vs William Regal. Another one-and-done match saw Spike Dudley turn the tables on William Regal when Dudley challenged Regal for the European Championship on Raw in April of 2002. Spike used Regal's own weapon against him, grabbing the champion's brass knuckles and belting Regal in the mush. Regal saw stars as he felt what it was like to be on the receiving end of the power of the punch, and little Spike Dudley emerged with the European Championship. Spike would hold the title for nearly a month before dropping it back to William Regal. Number 5, KANE vs CHAVO GUERRERO at WrestleMania 24. ECW World Heavyweight Champion CHAVO GUERRERO knew he had his work cut out for him when he defended the belt against the Big Red Machine KANE at the Florida Citrus Bowl. A mismatch in every sense of the word, fans wondered how Guerrero could possibly throw back KANE's challenge. That didn't happen, and it took a mere second for the fans to watch Guerrero's downfall. KANE's ominous entrance from underneath the ring was all the surprise the Big Red Machine needed, and he chokeslammed Guerrero straight to hell, winning the ECW title in a match billed as 11 seconds. Chavo's problem only worsened when the WWE put him into a humiliating feud against Hornswoggle, where Guerrero was routinely beaten. The feud would go on to win the Wrestling Observer's Worst Feud of the Year award. Number 6, SHEAMUS vs ZACK RYDER. As we'll see, wrestling's Celtic Warrior has a knack for putting away opponents in short order. In 2010, ZACK RYDER received the biggest opportunity of his career when SHEAMUS defended the WWE Championship against him during an episode of Monday Night Raw. The match had just started when SHEAMUS delivered a brogue kick, crushing Ryder's quest for a big upset. The WWE would crush Ryder's aspirations to become a self-made star when his YouTube series led to the fans demanding he be pushed, and the WWE responded by putting him into big losses and embarrassing angles. Number 7, CM Punk vs Edge. On 30th June 2008, laser-guided karma struck World Heavyweight Champion Edge as an angry Batista executed revenge on the Rated R superstar for Edge stealing a win from him the previous evening at Night of Champions. The animal attacked Edge, laying him out with a Batista bomb. However, the karma bus wasn't done running Edge down for past sins, as CM Punk raced to the ring with his Money in the Bank briefcase, cashing it in and hitting the go-to-sleep on the champion for the win. Edge's loss was quite fitting, as he used his Money in the Bank briefcase to defeat WWE Champion John Cena after Cena had just wrestled an Elimination Chamber match at 2006's New Year's Revolution match. In this case, wrestling's ultimate opportunist fell when opportunity knocked for CM Punk and wrestling's straight edge superstar polished the champ off with one move. Number 8. Sheamus vs Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 28. Even when he held the World Heavyweight Championship, Daniel Bryan seemed to get no respect from the WWE, as seen by his blink and you'll miss it bout at 2012's Showcase of the Immortals. Not only did Bryan have to defend arguably the WWE's second biggest belt in the opening match, but he got beat in 18 seconds in what can only be called an embarrassing loss. Bryan was playing a heel at the time who mistreated his kayfabe girlfriend AJ Lee, and after Lee kissed him, Bryan kissed Sheamus's boot after the Celtic Warrior delivered a brogue kick, covering Bryan for the win. Bryan's fortunes would eventually take a turn for the better, but his fans would have to push hard for the WWE to give him a chance while he worked effortlessly to prove his talent. And number 9, Brock Lesnar vs Kofi Kingston. One of the more recent one-move matches was the 4th October 2019 edition of Friday Night Smackdown, where WWE Champion Kofi Kingston defended the title against Brock Lesnar. After nearly 6 months of hard-fought title defenses, Kofi was aiming to prove he could defeat any opponent, even the much larger Brock Lesnar. The Dreadlock Dynamo wasn't taking this challenge lightly and charged the challenger only to get F5'd and pinned. Although it seems the WWE wanted to portray Lesnar as a dominant star again, some fans and some of Kofi's colleagues questioned the WWE's decision for the Beast to squash Kingston. Whether Kofi's career will be able to recover from this lopsided loss will prove to be one of the most interesting questions that plays out over the next few months. Here are some honorable mentions. As when we always look to deliver the most accurate videos, Wrestlelamia feels it's important we include these matches where a title changed hands due to a move that occurred prior to the match. In some cases, the winners hit a single move to win a title, and in other cases, a different wrestler hit a single move, allowing a wrestler to win a championship. Number 1. Lance Storm and William Regal take on the Dudley Boys. On 20th January 2003, Chief Morley, aka Val Venus, looked like he was about to receive a beatdown from the World Tag Team Champions, the Dudley Boys. However, Lance Storm and William Regal interfered, knocking Devon out of the ring and putting Bubba Ray through a table. Chief Morley announced Regal and Storm were getting a tag team title match that night, right then to be specific. Morley ordered referee Nick Patrick to ring the bell, and Storm covered Bubba Ray to win the belts alongside William Regal. Number 2. Daniel Bryan vs The Big Show. In 2011, Daniel Bryan won the Money in the Bank briefcase, but experienced setback after setback when he tried to cash in the briefcase. Things finally changed at 2011's Tables, Ladders and Chairs pay-per-view when World Heavyweight Champion The Big Show defeated Mark Henry in a chairs match. An angry Henry DDT'd Show onto a chair after the match, which led to Bryan finally being able to successfully cash in his contract, covering Show for the win. Bryan and The Big Show were supposed to be friends, and as you might imagine, Bryan's actions led to an eventual deterioration of their friendship. And number 3, Randy Orton vs Daniel Bryan. 2013 SummerSlam main event saw John Cena defeat the WWE Championship against Daniel Bryan, with special guest referee Triple H on hand. After 26 minutes, Bryan overcame Cena, becoming WWE Champion. However, in a shocking surprise, Triple H pedigreed Bryan and Randy Orton showed up with his Money in the Bank briefcase, cashing it in and defeating Bryan. It was Triple H's move that put Bryan out of commission, with Orton merely having to cover him for the win. The next day, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon announced the Authority had been created to keep Daniel Bryan from becoming champion again. The phrase "doing what's best for business" would frustrate fans, as the Authority angle outlasted its welcome, if ever it was welcome. And correcting a myth. Hulk Hogan vs Kevin Nash. Now, we want to set the record straight when it comes to an often cited one-move match. None other than the legendary Bad Finger Poker Do match from 4th January 1999 in the Georgia Dome that saw Hulk Hogan defeat WCW World Champion Kevin Nash. Often listed as the worst finish for a match, although some fans are starting to cite 2019's Hell in a Cell main event as the worst, this is often remembered as Hogan poking Nash in the chest and winning the title. an elaborate inside job that reunited the then warring factions of the New World Order and bringing the WCW belt back to Hollywood Hulk Hogan. However, a review of the match shows Kevin Nash shoving Hogan into the corner before the match began, with Hogan then executing his much maligned finisher. Nevertheless, the finger poke of doom has become such a wrestling legend that its exact circumstances are often overlooked. But there you have it guys, championship matches that ended with one single move. Have you seen all of these matches? Have we missed any out? Be sure to let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.